Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, we have this Wall Street Journal journalist charged with espionage in Russia. Just happened today. And obviously we have weasels claiming that, well, that's a kangaroo court over there and it's abuse of power, and even some weasels in the US Senate, and I like that a lot, feel impotent, which they are, to do anything about it. They demand that Russia releases this journalist that the Russians claim was caught red-handed with documents that he was not supposed to have, deliver, and receive. Obviously, we start from the premises that Russia is bad, we are good, therefore everything the Russians did is probably abusive, and he is innocent. The fact is that we don't know. The fact is they don't know, which I'm talking about senators and other weasels who write articles. The only ones that know is the guy from the journalist, and then is the Russians, and probably the Americans who, were informed or have some information. But I don't, maybe the ones that were behind the whole thing, if they were behind the whole thing. I don't think the journalist's family knows, shouldn't know, if he was an agent on a mission in Russia. So, I should, how should I put it, advise these people to hold their horses a little bit and wait. These demands of being released and all that innocence, you don't know, shut up, okay? So let's see, I have here some articles. I actually have 3 articles, and let's start with the first one coming from Ukraine. This is from New Voice of Ukraine from April 7th, 2023. Russia's FSB charges Wall Street Journal journalist Gershkovsky with espionage. All right. He seems innocent, right? Russia's FSB security service has officially charged detained WSJ journalist Evan, Gershkovich with espionage, Russian news agency TASS reported on April 7th. And I'm quoting, the FSB accused Gershkovich of spying for his country, in parentheses, the United States, end quote, a source in Russian law enforcement circles told TASS. And I'm quoting, he denied all accusations and stated that he was engaged in journalistic activities in Russia, end quote. Good. The source declined to comment any further, as the case is reportedly marked top secret. All right, well, if the Russians would be that bad, they could just have this guy have some abdominal cramps and die. Or maybe have a little seizure and die, or maybe a heart attack and die, or maybe, I don't know, some food poisoning and die. But hey, he's more valuable alive, so they will keep him alive and will use him to get someone else in return. Maybe, I don't know, Julian Assange. So let's move to the second article, which comes from the Republic World. That's an Indian media outlet. The same 7th of April, 2023. US Senate leaders demand, I love when demand and have no power. Russia release American journalist Ivan Gershkovich. All right, the US Senate top 2 leaders demanded. How do you like to be demanded by someone of equal value? On Friday, that Russia immediately release Evan in a rare bipartisan statement that condemned the detention of the Wall Street Journal reporter and declared that journalism is not a crime. Now, as I stated many times before, they don't know if this person right here was just engaged in journalism or in doing something for his country, like espionage. They don't know it. Okay, so if they know it, I would like to go through the process. The Russians caught him or didn't. They will present evidence and we'll find out what the defense would do. What I don't like here is demand, that's one, and immediately. Or what? I can show you what, but I have to take my pants down, turn around and show you what. They can kiss their butt. That's all they can do. I love when these guys, some senators, They were elected maybe with 4 million people. I'm going to give you Lindsey Graham's example, Senator of South Carolina. I think he might have been elected with no more than 5 million people, no more than 5 million people. And he demands Russia releases this guy. All right? Now, you know, 5 million people, it's a lot of people if you take it, you know, just as a number. But if you put it in a context, that's, you know. But anyway, Lindsey Graham said that Putin must be taken out on 2 occasions. So he's actually instigating to crime and assassination. For a US senator, I think he lost any credibility as a decent human being. Now, let's move back to this demand. I love it that these guys... I love when people have no power, but they still think they have power. But this shows that, you know, they're, how should I put it? They have a lack of self-awareness. They lack self-awareness. They don't realize that actually they don't have any power, but they make it for votes. This is one of the problems with democracy. They do this only for, they know the Russians are just gonna, nothing. But they do it for votes, like, I stood behind that to be released. Just words. You have no power. Bye-bye. Anyway, let's go to the next thing here. Let's see the names. Maybe we got some, yeah, we got this guy. We got Chucky Schumer and we got Mitch McConnell. Both of these guys I would not hire as dog catchers. Okay, my friends? And unfortunately, they are in power. Where they are, they make laws for us. Chuck Schumer and Mitch McConnell. Well, if you like democracy, you like Chucky and you like Mitchy. Let's go to the third article coming from Russia. Russia Today, April 7, 2023. Russia charges WSJ journalist with espionage. The Wall Street Journal's Ivan Gerskovich reportedly faces up to 20 years in prison if convicted. American journalist was formally charged with espionage on Friday, multiple Russian media outlets have reported. The Wall Street Journal correspondent was detained on March 30th in Yekaterinburg after allegedly attempting to obtain military secrets. Now you like, this is Russia Today. These are bad people, right? Look how clearly and how carefully they pick the words when they write the article. Look, see? For instance, so he was formally charged. Okay, he says, after allegedly attempting to obtain. See, they don't come with the statement, like a affirmative statement without allegedly. All right, now, Gerskovich appeared before a judge in the Lofortovo district of Moscow and pleaded not guilty, according to TASS. His attorney, Daniel Berman, there you have it, Kosman Berman, declined to comment on the case. I can only imagine Daniel Berman. Russian authorities allege that Gerskovich, and I'm quoting, again, allege. See, that's interesting. And I'm quoting, acting on instructions of the American side, collected information amounting to a state secret about the activities of one of the enterprises of the Russian military-industrial complex, end quote. The news agency Interfax said. So these are the accusations, the allegations. He was arrested in Yekaterinburg, which is Katerinburg, in central Russia and placed under pre-trial arrest through May 29. He appealed the arrest, and the appeals hearing was scheduled for April 18. Remember Andrew Tate in Romania? He was kept over there for 2 months and a half in prison. Now, Gerskovich was reportedly charged for violating Article 276, reportedly, of the Russian Criminal Code by engaging in espionage. If convicted, he would face up to 20 years behind bars. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov described Gerskovich as having been caught red-handed, end quote. Russian Foreign Ministry spokeswoman, that I like a lot, Maria Zakharova, has said that whatever Gerskovich was doing, and I'm quoting, it had nothing to do with journalism, ending that Western governments have previously used reporters as spies. This goes both ways, so don't get fooled that only the Americans are doing or only the Russians. They all do it. The Wall Street Journal denied that Gershkovich has been spying. How do you know? Do you think that CIA will let you know that, hey, actually one of your journalists over there is an agent? I don't think they will let them know. If they do, then Wall Street Journal becomes, a CIA operative right there. Demanded his release and said it was deeply concerned for his safety. The outlet also suggested that Russia unjustly detained the journalist in order to trade him for someone. Very possible. Bring the evidence. Well, that's just a scenario which I don't look into it. Russian State Duma deputy Sergei Obukhov told reporters on Thursday that if such a swap were to occur, he would urge the release of WikiLeaks publisher Julian Assange, though other lawmakers were more inclined to grant political asylum to former President Donald Trump instead. So, here you have it, my love. How do you like that one? As I said, I don't know what happened, but if we start from the premises that the Russians are bad, then yes, everything these guys are saying could be justified. Because, you don't have all bad and all good. That's in the Bible, that's in, Krishna and all these guys, Brahma and tralala. No, we don't have that way. We have a part, we have good and bad, you have good and bad, more or less. That's the proportion. In this case, I don't know what happened over there. The guy was, according to the Russians, caught red-handed over there, and that's it. We'll find out. He's got Mr. Bormann, Daniil, right? So I'm pretty sure Mr. Bormann or whatever, not Bormann. Bormann was the German guy, but let's see, Bormann was it? What's his name? Daniel Berman. Well, the same, if you know what I mean. Bormann, Berman, but so we'll find out. The thing is, what I like a lot is when this ballless, or I don't know, these old people with no heart and no ideals, which is the senators, most of them of the US, right? In the US, they demand. What they're gonna do about it? Suck lollipop, not lollipop. You can do that too if you want. Anyway, my friends, thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.